Hey, it's so late. Why are you awake? Can't sleep. Okay, I see. Can I sit? Okay. So, tell me, why can't you sleep? What happened? Different thoughts in your mind. I see. Well, tell me, what did you do today? How was your day in general? Okay, I see. Well, I think that you've had a rather hard day, and I think that I can help you to fall asleep. Yeah, if you want to, of course. Well, first, I think that you need to just relax, calm down your thoughts, and relax your body. Yeah, and I think that you need to drink some tea, some relaxing tea for better sleep. Would you like me to make you some? Okay. Well, let me remember. I think that we have some black tea with flowers, and I can add some orange to it. Or also we have some red tea with different fruits and flowers also. Which one would you like? Yeah, I think black is a great choice. Okay, so give me a couple of minutes. I will make you some tea. Okay. And for now, you just sit and we will talk a little bit. I will relax you. So, sit down. Alright? I will be in a couple of minutes. Okay, so here's your tea. This is black tea. And I also brought you some honey. And of course, a cup and a spoon. Okay, so I will put it down here. Alright. Would you like to drink it now? Okay. I will help you. I think it is rather tasty and very calming. Okay. Here you go. Drink carefully. It can be a little bit hot. Alright. Okay. So now I'll get comfortable and tell me more about your day today. What maybe something caused your stress a little bit. Maybe you did something, I don't know, maybe you felt something stressful or some disappointment. You don't remember something like this? Okay. Well, it's a common problem nowadays, I think, because me, for example, I usually can't sleep in a quiet room, and usually I can't sleep with light, so it's important to make absolutely dark room. And I know one walking method for sleeping, for fast falling asleep. I don't know if it will work for you, but it works for me. I usually listen to ASMR. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's something like this, something like meditation, but it's like, I don't know, just relaxing voice or hand movements or something like this. If you want to, you can try to watch or listen to ASMR sometime. But today, of course, I will help you to fall asleep because I remember what can relax you, right? Yeah, I remember that you like it when I touch your hair, like when we were little. You remember? So I think that I will make you a slight massage of your head, and maybe I will read you some fairy tale, like when we were little. Yeah? Sounds good. Great. Yeah, put this cup near you. Okay, and just relax, and I will gently massage your head. Alright? Okay. So, just relax. How do you feel? Better. Alright. Great. Is it good like this? Alright. Okay. I like it when someone touches my hair as well. I find it very relaxing. Yeah. I know. Okay. Good. Gently. Do you like it more like circle moves or like just brushing? Like brushing with hands. Brushing. Alright. So let's do this. Brush. 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 Alright. Is your bed comfortable, by the way? I don't remember what mattress do you have. Is it good? Okay. And what's pillow? What's this pillow? Rather good. Yeah. It seems comfortable. So, I think that this is not the reason why you can't fall asleep. You just need to release the stress and to calm down. Try not to think about anything and try not to think about anything specific. Maybe this will help. Just go with the flow, you know? Yeah. It is hard not to think about anything, but when you concentrate on something very relaxing, for example, someone's voice or touches, it is easier to relax. Yeah, I know. Good. Oh, and do you remember? I think that you had this special massage thingy for massaging head. You remember? Oh, you have it right here. Do you want me to use this? Okay. And by the way, do you want some honey I brought you? Okay. Here it is. Look how beautiful. Smells perfect. So, here's your spoon. Eat some, and after that we will continue. Alright. Okay. Is it good? Do you like it? Great. Yeah, it's rather tasty and mild. Not very sweet as usual honey. I don't remember the flower, but it's not just a regular honey, you know? It is from the south. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue with our massage thingy. Yeah, it's very relaxing, I remember. So, just relax, close your eyes. Okay. Alright. Good. tingles from it? Yeah? Amazing. I want you to do me such kind of massage sometime. Yeah, I like it very much as well. Okay. Right. Good. And here on the back. Yeah. Very relaxing. Okay. So, how do you feel now? Better? Feel a little bit sleepy, right? Not enough. Okay. So, would you like me to read you a book? Maybe a fairy tale? Mm-hmm. So, which one would you like me to read? I can pick? Alright, so I'm thinking about The Little Mermaid. You know that this is my favorite, right? Yeah, so, do you have your iPad here? Yeah? Okay. Let me find this fairy tale here. Okay. Okay, here it is. The Little Mermaid. Yeah, I hope that you will fall asleep really fast because I think that this story is very kind and very relaxing, you know? Yeah, I like it so much. And the cartoon is very beautiful. Yeah, so let's start. And you can just close your eyes and just listen to my voice. And I believe that you will fall asleep really fast. Okay, so The Little Mermaid story. Far out in the sea, where the water is very deep, the Sea King ruled the undersea world. In the deepest spot of the sea was his castle. The walls were made of blue coral. On the roof were shells that opened and closed when the water passed by. And that is where the Sea King lived, with his mother and 4 daughters, each one born a year apart. The youngest of the 4 princesses was the Little Mermaid. She spent much of her time swimming to ships that had fallen to the bottom of the sea. The ships held treasures from the world above. She would fill her arms and set up her collection here and there. All the while she would sing. As she did, fish circled around to hear her, for the Little Mermaid's voice was the most beautiful one under the sea. The girls knew that when they turned 15, they could swim up to the surface for the first time. It would be a long time that the Little Mermaid had to wait, as she was the youngest. So she made her grandmother tell her all about life up on the land. Tales about ships and towns, and every bit of stories about humans that she knew. Soon the eldest sister turned 15. She was the first to be allowed to rise up to the surface. When she came back, she had many wonders to tell her sisters about. She told about resting on soft white sand. High above was a deep blue sky with puffy white clouds. Later the sun set, she said, and the whole sky turned cold and red. She had watched the birds fly high above her, dipping and making turns in the red and cold sky. When the next sister turned 15, it was winter. She told of icebergs floating in the sea and shining bright. All the ships stayed far away from the icebergs, she said, as if in fear. But the icebergs did not seem lonely. They were like friends, floating close to each other. When it was the third sister's turn, she told about moving as close as she could to the gate of a town. She heard people call out, horses that went clopping down the street, and even music that she had never heard before. All this the little mermaid heard with wonder. It wasn't fair that she had to wait the longest. At last the day came when she turned 15 too. Now she could rise up over the surface and see for herself. When she came up over the water, the little mermaid was next to a large ship. On the ship, beautiful music was playing. Sailors were dancing on the deck. They were laughing and having a fine time. It must be a party. Now and then, as the waves lifted up the little mermaid, she could see better. A handsome young man stepped out on the deck. When he did, 100 rockets rose in the air. The party was for him. Was it his birthday? She swam closer. She swam closer. The men all seemed to like the young man. When he spoke, the sailors would laugh. Sometimes they patted him on his back in joy. Once that made his crown fall off. The man laughed and picked it up. "A crown," said the little mermaid. "He must be a prince." Suddenly it became very dark and the wind picked up. The sailors started to run about on deck. They pulled down the sail. The ship dipped and swooped. It rolled side to side and up and down on the high waves. Then lightning, thunder, a strong rainstorm hit. The poor ship started to tip on the rough waves. It was so dark that the little mermaid could see nothing. Then lightning lit up the sky, and she could see the young prince on deck. He seemed to be the only one still here. He was working hard to keep the ship afloat. He was throwing ropes out to his men who had jumped. But then, all at once, the waves got very high and the ship started to tip over. The prince was flung to the side of the ship and thrown overboard. Down into the sea he fell. He dropped very fast. What was the little mermaid to do? She knew that human beings cannot live under the water. She dove deep and fast. She reached out and was able to grab his shirt. Then she swam up to the surface as fast as she could. At last, she could pull his head above the water. There the two of them floated as the waves rose and fell. By morning, the storm had passed. Yet the prince was as still as he had been all night. From far off the little mermaid saw tops of the hills. "Land," she said. She swam to the shore, pulling him behind her. It was not easy to pull the young man up onto dry sand, but she did. Was he dead? She sang a sad song. All of a sudden, the prince started to move. "Oh, are you all right?" she asked and touched his forehead. Just then, she heard a group of girls come over. At once, she dove into the sea and hid behind a rock. They must not see her, a mermaid. The girls found the prince, who was now awake. They called for help, and soon he was led off. The prince would never know that she had saved him. The little mermaid sank into a deep gloom. When she went back home, her sisters wanted to know all about her trip, but she was too sad to say anything. "Okay, how are you doing? Are you sleepy? Oh, that's great. I think that I won't bother you too much. Alright? Yeah, I think that you need some rest now. It's great that we hang out, but it's time for me to go to sleep also. And I think that you are good on your own now, right? Alright, so now just lay down, alright? Okay, and I will help you. I'll cover you with your blanket. Okay. Like this. Do you want me to tuck it under you? Okay. Like this. Good. Alright, sweetheart. It's time for you to sleep now. Yes. Just close your eyes and fall asleep. Relax. Okay. I'm so happy that I could help you. Alright. So, good night. I'll see you in the morning.